Hey there and happy Wednesday. So last night I had a team online meeting, and part of the meeting we discussed different things coming up with Stampin' Up, different business things, not a lot of that, but a lot of crafting things and just a lot of helping people do Stampin' Up the way that they want to after they join. And so part of the online thing was to show off the swaps that people had sent me for the team swap portion of our meeting that people can participate in if they want to or not. So I'm going to show you what I receive for swaps, and I'm also going to make today during my Facebook Live the card that was my swap that I did for my team. So I don't know sometimes if they enjoy the recognition. I usually give them goodies for meeting milestones, anniversaries, different things that Stampin' Up has that I'm excited about them achieving and attaining, or if they're more excited about the swap. They do seem to be excited about getting more ideas from other people in our team too. So it is fun to see that, and I love my people on my team and how we connect in just different ways on different levels. So today and tomorrow are the last days of celebration. So just putting that plug, if there's like a long wish list and you want to join instead of just ordering, let me know if you need help with that. I would love to have you on my team too. So let me just get my camera turned around. Oh, wish list and you want to join instead of just ordering. I have my volume way up from last night's meeting. Okay. Usually have that turned down and ready to go. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do this. So yesterday I did a video, if you remember, since it was just yesterday, it wasn't that long ago, where I used the oval punch to punch out the watermelon. Today, I'm using that same oval punch with the stamp set called Filled with Happiness. So in the mini catalog, we have this fun stamp set, and I love how the modern oval punch pops out the center like that, and so it just adds for kind of a two-step or a stepped up pop-up of this. So I'm going to show you that, and what I find interesting is I put together my card, and I wanted to use some of the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper because that is in the annual catalog, as well as a Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up put it on their extra celebration rewards too. And then when I flipped to this page on page 35 of the mini catalog, I went, oh, I love these samples. And I'm like, oh, I could have made my card pink like that. There was a little pink, and I thought about going, you know, with the petal pink in there. Or is it petal pink? I'll have to look. But then I saw this cute design, and I'm like, oh, I want to make some cards like that and it's the same paper pack. So great minds think alike, or just kind of subliminal messaging there, or something that I didn't even realize. So I'm just going to look. Oh, it's probably the bubble bath now that I look at this. Oh, there is petal pink in here too, but I think that is the bubble bath design on that. Yeah, so I want to let people know about these extras besides the regular brochure. And I know I've talked about this paper pack before, but this is a $30 value, you guys. This is one of those huge paper packs, and so you can get that free with a $50 order. The last days to do that are today and tomorrow. So if you need help ordering, reach out to me sooner than later. Just wanted to touch base and let you know about that. But let me show you the fun cards also that I got from so far from my team that are swapping. Hey there, Tabitha. Hi, Barb. So fun cards. This one's from Gretchen Geppert from St. Peter, Minnesota. Love that. This one's from Amy Berger, Shakopee. I love that. And this one's from Sarah Barrett. You guys know how much I love blue. Love that. And this one is from Pam Spoo. Love that. Oops, and then we put our little recipes in there, so that's what that paper's for. And then this one is from Pam Krinky. So love that. So want to just show you extra goodies, and who knows, maybe one of those will become one of my Facebook Lives, and I'll break it down and show you how to make it. So what I'm going to do, though, this was my swap, I'm going to show you how to make this one. So I start with some Daffodil Delight. There we go. And that is folded this way today. And that delightfully eclectic paper has some citrusy designs in it. And I thought, oh, how fun to pair this with that image from the Filled with Happiness stamp set from the mini catalog. So this I cut 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to start by taping that down onto here, onto my card front. All right, so I've got that. And then, let's see, I was kind of take a step back and go, now what do I want to do next? Okay. All right. So, I'm just going to take some basic white here. This is cut 2.75 by 3.25. And I've picked this image for today's card. It's a good day to have a good day with the citrus, like I said, to coordinate with the citrus here on the card. So, this, you know, it kind of, to me, I don't know why, like this is a good size image and such, but then when I went to put it on a block, it is a very bigger image than what I thought it was going to be. Whoops. Don't want to drop that, and I also don't want to get ink on my fingers. I can't remember if I wiped it off after using it. So this is block E, so it is a pretty decently sized stamp. So when I have stamps that are a little bit larger, I take off my ink pad cover. This is my Memento Black, so I'm going to be using my blends eventually here. And so a lot of times I'll just press or kind of twist this ink into the stamp. It's easier to see that I have good coverage versus tipping the stamp and putting it on the ink pad. So I'm just going to center that on my piece of basic white there. And here too, it's just with the photopolymer, easy to see that I've got that centered on my piece there. So I've got a great image. And I'm just going to take another similar sized piece of cardstock here. This one doesn't have to be exactly the same because all I need is that middle image to do a second stamp of that. So if I don't catch all the words, that's fine. I'm just going after the citrus, that oval in the middle there. And what I like about this is if I have any of this that I've gotten on my glass mat, it's just an easy wipe off with the cleaning cloth. So love that part of it too. I did go through and clean off all the adhesive that was on here, and it just like wipes off. It's just so crazy. I always ask if somebody joins my team, like, what was the most, you know, interesting thing, or, you know, if you could join today, if you, you know, just thought, okay, yeah, I'm going to join, and such, you know, would you go more for the glass mat or would you go more for the extra product? Tabitha has already signed up, and that's probably why she said already 4 packs of the delightful eclectic paper because of celebration. Yes. And it's not a bad thing to have on hand. Good for you. All right. So this one looks kind of messier, but that's because I'm just going to now punch out that middle oval here, like so. Oops. There, the side has a little bit more for me to grab on. So I'm just going to center that there. We have that. And then this can just get tossed because it doesn't look nice and we don't need it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is do some coloring. So I'm going to get my camera a little bit closer because I know some of you appreciate seeing that. I'm going to start with the yellow, and for my yellows today, I chose the Daffodil Delight. So the first color I'm going to grab is the dark Daffodil Delight. And wherever those little dots, kind of those added artist marks are in there, I'm just going to go a little heavier in that area. And then just otherwise mostly stay with just outlining it. And then where these two fruits meet, I'm going to just kind of scribble over that like so. So I've got that, and then I'll come back with a lighter Daffodil Delight and just add my lighter color there, kind of trying to catch the darker to blend those as they meet, and just go over that like so. So now we've got the lighter and darker to make that kind of pop a little bit with color. Now I'm going to switch over to a pink, the light to bubble bath color here. And then wherever these little blossoms are, I'm just going to give a little pop of pink color because that's going to kind of coordinate with the background paper that we have, just those little pink stripes that are kind of subtle here, so that's going to tie in with that. And now I'm going to go with some Old Olive. I'm going to start with the light Old Olive. And then, yes, I am going to take the time. You guys know me. Most of the time I'd be like, you know what, I'm just going to kind of, these leaves are small, add a little bit of color here and there. But I'm actually taking and kind of dividing each leaf in half with light and dark color here, like that. Okay, so that's with the lighter of the Old Olive. Now I'm going to come back with the darker of the Old Olive. Hi Pam, hi Joyce, thanks for joining in. Okay, I've got this and this, and I think on this particular, just the way the leaves are divided out, I am glad that I took the time to do this. And because maybe this image isn't, you know, huge, it doesn't take a long time to color all of that in. It's kind of relaxing. So just adding that. And now you can kind of see the pop of color variation by adding all those different colors in just that little bit of area. So I've got that. So let me pop my camera back out so you can see a better view of my desk here as we finish this. So now I'm going to use some blending brushes here, and the first color I'm going to use is the Daffodil Delight, so kind of that brighter yellow, not too bright. I'm going to do a light counterclockwise swipe across my ink pad and then just go over these fruits really lightly on here, like so, just to add a little bit of color. So it kind of makes the color look a little bit less stark white on there, and just makes it look a little bit more natural. So that I'm just going to set aside. And now I'm going to go over this a little bit heavier, and now we're going to pull over that full stamped image here, and I'm just going to go over all of it like so. Okay, and you can see I'm getting it on my glass mat. You can see a little bit of yellow, and that's okay because I can wipe that off. So that's the Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to set that aside, and then I'm going to bring over the next darker color of yellow, the Crushed Curry, and open that up. And now with my blending brush, I'm going to pull some of that color in. Because this is darker, I'm going to on purpose start on my glass mat, and that's what I love my glass mat for, is it just effortlessly takes the color and pulls it over onto the edges like so. So you can see the little bit of darker there and on here, and I don't want to go over too much of the lighter yellow because I like that kind of that two-tone dark and light. So we've got that going, and it does look a little messy, but that's because I'm going to be putting this on there. And you can see I've got all of that on my glass mat, and with the glass mat, when you sign up, you get the nice cleaning cloth, so I can just go right behind and wipe that off, and it is like disappearing just like that. So I don't have to worry about that getting on my card or my project, especially because the next thing that I'm going to do is turn this over and add some adhesive. And so now I don't have to worry about getting any of that yellow on here. So for that, I have that darker color, that Crushed Curry, cut 3.5. No, excuse me, 2 points. Okay, so this one was, I think I said 2.75. This one is 2.5 by 3.25. So that makes this one, excuse me, 2.75 by 3.5. So hopefully I didn't mess that up. I know some of you say, oh, I write it down. I go through your videos and I write it down. So rewrite this one. So those are the true measurements there. And now to pop this on top. Now see how fun of a background that is, just to have some kind of sunshine built into that. And I like that it looks blended on there in a soft way versus just stamping black ink on yellow cardstock. Just kind of gives it a little bit of a watercolor look that way. Let me grab some dimensionals here, and I'm going to pop up that next layer here and just put that here. So yeah, the oval punch I think is going to be fun. So like I said, I just used it yesterday with the watermelon, and then again today for this. And then I'm going to flip this over and put 4 in each corner. And so sometimes I strategically place my dimensionals. Today's one of those days, so that when cards are going to go through the mail. The dimensionals are in different places, so everything's going to kind of be popped up in even a couple different in a couple different areas. But like these will be on the corner, and the other pop-ups are in the middle. So even though things are popped up, it's kind of spacing out where they're popped up so that it's not too bulky for the mail. Now I'm going to just put that on here, kind of center that on my card, and then now it comes for ribbon choice. And for my swaps, I went back and forth. So I started with a green ribbon, and then I went with a yellow ribbon. So this one has the yellow ribbon from the sheer ribbon combo pack. So this is the combo pack that has the blue, the balmy blue, and the bubble bath and the lemon lolly in there. And I loved how like these little stripes in here kind of went around with the, or kind of like coordinated with the stripes going around here and the stripes in the paper. But then I thought, oh, it'd be kind of fun to bring in some green because there's different greens in here. So I thought, well, I'll show you this made up card with the lemon lolly ribbon that even though it's a different color than daffodil and crushed curry, I like how it just adds more yellow and brightness to the card. And so then I thought, well, I'll show you that and then also bring in the other green that I had been using, which is the Parakeet Party metallic woven ribbon. And I did think, should I put this around here, you know, a couple times or just once? And I thought just once was kind of nice because then it was about the same width of the stripe that was in the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. Say that 4 times really fast. So let me just tie this tight. Yes, there we go. Sometimes with like the metallic woven ribbons, sometimes they're a little harder to tie tight. So I kind of go at it really slow so that if I need to back up and start over, I can do that. So this is just going to add a little bit of shimmer and shine to that there and have that ribbon on here. So, oops, my goodness. Okay, there you can kind of see, yeah, it's got a nice metallic look to it. And then this is bugging me though. I'm going to see if I can scoot over my layer. I wanted it centered, and then I think it got over to the left too far. There we go. And that worked. And then when I added the ribbon, then it looks really off-centered because I made space for that. There, that looks much better. See, I love to show you that you can make mistakes. It's okay, and you can reposition if you do it pretty quickly. Okay, now for the outside, you guys know me, I love to add embellishments. So for today, I always think these look like little Easter eggs. These are the opaque ovals from the annual catalog. So nice spring colors and pecan pie, which I love. So I'm just going to pull out some of the yellow here and my take your pick tool. And now you'll see there's a couple dots on here to separate. It's a good day to have a good day. So let me just take and pull up one of those large ones and another one of the large ones. I'm just going to cover up those black dots and have that be my spacers in between those two word groupings like that. So that kind of completes the front side. And now you can kind of see the difference of what the green makes the card look like and the yellow. So there we've got that. And then for the inside, I'm just going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white cardstock. And in that stamp set filled with happiness, there's a little image of kind of some greenery and a little bit of blossom, just the littlest thing. And because it's a good day to have a good day, you could send it to somebody for just thinking of you, or a perk me up, or a birthday card or something. So I'm just going to leave the rest of the inside of the card blank. But for this, I'm going to color it in. A lot of times I'll just put a little black image. So for my coloring, I'm going light old olive. And then with my dark old olive, I'm just going to kind of go on the base of those leaves there to give that kind of a two-tone look there. And it's a pretty small grouping here, so I don't even know if you can tell the difference on camera or not. And then I'll follow through once again with the bubble bath. And I'm going outside of the lines just because most of it is inked up in black. And if I stay within the lines, you might not even see the pink at all. So that just adds a little pop of color for the inside corner of the card. like that. And then I'll just add that to the inside here and give that a good press down. And there is today's card. Like I said, this was the one that I had for my team swap, and those all got posted for today's mail. So it's fun to get those out to my team that participate too. And that's kind of the fun of it, is that people that are participating in the card swap, hold on. There we have the option of swapping or not. So for those that are busy, they don't have to participate, and for those that enjoy it, they're usually quick to jump on and say, yes, I want to swap. And it just, like I said, gives us ideas, and a lot of times gives us ideas with products and stamp sets that we don't have already ourselves. And sometimes that can get us into trouble, because don't we often look at like something that we think we didn't need and go, oh, now I like that, now I want it. So that happens within our team too. All right, so that is what I have today. I'm hoping to pop on tomorrow. Sometimes it's a really busy day with the last day of celebration, but I still want to pop on and give you some inspiration for that very last day of celebration too. So have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.